After a major instrument panel modernization, it's time to finally fire up our 63 Cessna 172, test final items, do our first flight, test the avionics, and then be on our way back to Alaska from Wisconsin. Here we go. She's alive. After a few months of extreme modifications, adding new avionics, a new panel, and so much more, 2-3 Uniform is once again a living and breathing machine. But really it's just the brain that has so far come alive. After adding avionics from Garmin, PS Engineering, and ELT from Artex, lighting from Watt, overhauled gauges, new engine controls, newly wrapped yokes, and so much more. Again, this airplane is now fully capable for the 21st century. We'll be using this Cessna 172 at our flight school in Alaska, doing flight training for new student pilots and those growing their skills through instrument, commercial, and more. And yeah, I did say Alaska. If you're just joining the party, we flew this airplane cross country all the way from Alaska down to Wisconsin. A big, bold journey to get our airplane done here at New View Technologies in Oshkosh. What's more, we've got to go back, and that's a whole different deal, and that's going to be coming after this video. We'll start that process. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. The playlist for the dozen videos we've done so far on this project are located in the description or on our channel page. By subscribing, you won't miss anything in the future if you hit that notification bell as well. But before we take to the skies in 2-3 Uniform once again, there's plenty of testing to be done. One of the things I was most excited for was a new clean intercom system. Basically all the audio, I was really looking forward to clean audio in the airplane. Before, it was noisy, clipped, and just sounded gross. So here we go for a test to see my reaction. Hello?
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
And of course the engine's not running yet, so we don't
Sure.
know. But
still.
Just as is, this is the type of audio experience you could get used to.
That is crazy. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yep.
I don't even know what to say. It's like one of my biggest annoyances. It just doesn't sound great, but this just, wow. You got, try on her headset,
Yeah.
Cubby.
Hello.
Hello. Is that the clearest you've ever heard?
That is insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
That's PS Engineering for you.
Yeah, we'll see what it's like when the engine's running.
Yeah, well, let's start it up, man.
Yeah, right? Clear.
Because we completely tore the airplane apart, getting access to add the wiring needed for all the new avionics, we're now left with a bunch of pieces in the interior that need to be fit back in. Basically, all the pieces that were taken off the airplane as part of the install process, we need to put back into place for our journey home, and just buttoning up those last items. So momentarily we will be firing up the airplane, but first we need to put in all those pieces once again. When we went through and did the avionics, one of the best components and the most involved components is the EIS 275. Basically, this is a Garmin GI 275, but in an engine monitor configuration. I'm really excited for this particular piece of the puzzle, as it'll give me very detailed insights into the engine and other systems. That just makes me feel comfortable, because as long as the engine is running and my systems are running well, even if I had electrical issues or something else, the engine would still run. So I am very much looking forward to having deep insights into the engine, specifically because I fly over unhospitable terrain all the time in Alaska. So as part of all that, wiring was routed from all the different EGT and CHT probes on each of the cylinders of our 6-cylinder original Continental aircraft engine, which is an 0300. In addition, oil pressure, oil temperature, fuel flow, and many more things were routed. The last thing, and one of the best things, was the carburetor temperature probe, which I hadn't had before in the carburetor. We deal with carb ice quite a bit in Alaska. Just the cooler temperatures make it more common. So that's a great new safety feature that we are going to have, is some insight into the carburetor and what's going on there. But the most important part of this first run up is overall just checking all the systems at large and checking and calibrating the engine once again too. So each little item needs to be checked along the way, and whenever an airplane is sitting in a hangar with mechanics getting an extended look, said mechanics will poke, prod, jiggle, nudge, and overall inspect items in more depth. And that's exactly what ended up happening while the airplane was in the hangar for several months. So during this process, it was found that our carburetor had some looming issues that needed addressing, and when NewView came to me and asked me if I wanted to overhaul the carburetor, it was a resounding yes. That's one of the most important components to keep the engine running. So we had it sent in for overhaul, and it came back shiny, new, and tuned up. The cowling is left off so we can tune the carburetor with some different adjustments done by the mechanic. Now, this is a very precarious situation and awareness of the prop is paramount, but the mechanic does need access to tune the carburetor as we dial it in. Lauren and I communicated back and forth looking for the perfect setting on the carburetor. Is it too rich, too lean? Little by little we dial it in. It takes a little while, but we finally get it where it needs to be. Jessica and Brian now headed out for a special calibration of the magnetometer. Now, the magnetometer will feed heading information to the HSI, giving us accurate heading at all times. So no precession, no compass errors, just really solid heading amongst other things. What's funny, I couldn't get the scene from Indiana Jones: The Last Ark out of my head.
Right here, that shows north. And then you line it up, there's a line in here and there's a line here. You connect that up with the center line of the aircraft, the prop, and the tail. And that's how you know that it's the true direction.
Now she's ready to fly. This moment is huge. After all we've been through, it is time. The weather isn't perfect, but the ceilings are high enough for pattern work. Of course, because there were such major modifications, I would be the only one to fly, the only one to test the airplane initially to reduce risk to others.
Alright, here we go folks, we're live. Audio sounds fantastic, which is something I've definitely been looking forward to. Oshkosh Ground, Skyhawk 2423 uniform with information kilo at NewView. Would like to do a couple laps in the pattern runway 9er if possible.
2324 uniform taxi runway 9 via Bravo to Bravo 1.
Bravo, Bravo 1, 2423 uniform.
It makes sense that I take an extra long time to check every little thing. And to be honest, I have some apprehension and some butterflies about this, but a lot of those are alleviated just by doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Doing all my checklists, scrutinizing every little thing that seems off in any way. So a lot was done to this airplane, and I need to be very careful in this particular situation because you just never know if there's something that we missed in all the run-ups and all the other tests that we've already done. It's a whole different story when the airplane flies. As I taxi out, I do every checklist item, pay special and close attention to everything. There's just no point in rushing it.
Alright, we'll hold short here. Do my run up, I'll get this up to 1600 RPM. Left mag drop. Back to both. Right mag drop. Back to both. My amps are charging. Everything else is in the green. And I'm now going to go to idle with carb heat. And we can check the carb temp page as well. Carb temp is rising. Well, that looks good. Go carb heat in. Swap over to tower. Here we go. Let's do a flight control check. So that's up. That's back. That's up. That's back. Rudder's working. Okay. Oshkosh Tower, Skyhawk 2423 in a form. Holding short, runway 9er at Bravo 1, ready for touch and goes.
Number 2423 uniform, runway 9. You can make left close traffic clear for takeoff, wind 1509, altimeter 3014.
Clear takeoff, runway 9, left traffic 2423 in a form.
Here we go, lined up on the runway, and it's time to take 2-3 uniform to the skies once again.
Alright, power set. A little bit of a left crosswind, so I'll turn into the wind.
And we're up. 2-3 uniform is living the measure of her creation once again. I'm not talkative for TV like I could be because I'm so focused on the task at hand, which is monitoring every little thing for the maiden flight, just trying to do it safely. But here we are, she's finally back in the air.
Kinda rainy, but cool, here we are. Flying along, singing a song. That wind's pushing me quite a bit, I kinda wonder what the update is.
23 uniform, runway 9, you're cleared for the option.
Clear for the option, runway 9er, what's your current wind?
Wind currently 14010.
2-3 uniform. Looking good, get my first notch of flaps in. Alright, everything's feeling good. I'm gonna have a little bit of a crosswind here. Just work it on down. Alright, pour on the coals. Very cool, here we go. Just so grateful for this airplane. It's gonna mean a big jump for angle of attack and the instrument work that we get to do. So I am quite grateful for it. It's still 2-3 uniform. After all this, it's still 2-3 uniform. Flies the same. And that's kind of all I'm doing now is just flying it, but these instruments are just gorgeous. And they're not very distracting. Like, I'm out here just doing my thing, and I feel like I'm flying like I usually fly. So that's good. That's what I like, that's what I want.
23 uniform, runway 9, you're cleared for the option.
2-3 uniform, cleared for the option, runway 9er. This will be a full stop, and I'll try to roll off Bravo 3 to pick up a passenger.
23 roger.
Oshkosh Ground with your 901's packet, ready to taxi Kilo IFR Milwaukee.
Whiskey 901 Oshkosh Ground, you cleared to Milwaukee as filed. Climb and maintain 3000, expect 5000, 10 minutes after departure. Contact Milwaukee departure on 127.0, you can squawk 5335, taxi out, runway 9 via Bravo to Bravo 1. Wind is currently 14010, and the altimeter is 3014.
That one was pretty nice. Couple sandhill cranes there right overhead. Just got a traffic alert.
Left turn at Bravo 3 and then taxi to parking.
Left turn Bravo 3, 2-3 uniform.
Now we get Cubby loaded up. It's actually Cubby's birthday, So I wanted to get him up right away and give him a little bit of a reward for all the patience that he has had during this install process.
Check 1, 2, 3.
Hello, sir.
Wow, that's very nice.
This sounds perfect, huh?
Yeah,
And I'll just handle radios for you.
I can do radios.
Okay, alright, fine. Fine, birthday boy. Do radios then. There's ground.
Ground Skyhawk 2423 uniforms at New View with Lima, requesting taxi 09, staying in the pattern.
2423 uniform, taxi 29 via Bravo to Bravo 1.
09 Bravo Bravo 1, 2423 uniform.
Report 5.
Kinda gets bouncy on his feet.
Yeah. Alright, here we go.
A little bit of right crosswind correction.
Yep. Alright, there's full power in the green.
And she already wants to fly. See
Yep.
Phil getting bouncy.
Look at that.
There you go. Cool, dude. You're flying on your birthday. It worked out.
Yeah, it did work out.
Jessica saved the day.
I know.
Oh man, this feels so good.
Yeah.
And in this plane, once I get up to pattern altitude, so you're there now, that kind of.
Yeah.
Bring back the power as I level off just to keep it around 80.
Okay.
And then I enter my first notch of flaps and put carb heat in.
23 uniform, runway 9, you're cleared for the option.
Clear for the option 09, 2423 uniform.
And carb heat.
Alright, carb heat.
And first notch of flaps.
And I'm gonna go for the, like the 500 footers as a marker.
It's a pretty good time to turn too.
Yeah. Finals clear. We're clear for the option.
Finals clear. A normal turn.
Yeah.
You would have met up with it because the headwind's keeping you back. Didn't quite get there.
I know.
Good work. 70 is kind of the approach speed.
Okay.
So you're right on the money.
Yeah.
You're just feeling it out. There you go. Get aligned with that. There you go.
God, those are cushy.
I know, right? Back home, I would have slammed that down.
Yeah.
And she's ready to fly.
Ah. Yeah, there's a dot right there.
Yep. Gosh, this thing is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at this. I just like how simple it is. It's
Yeah.
like, it's not overwhelming and in your face.
Right.
Let's see how the SynViz works on this. Ah, there we go.
Pretty rad.
Awesome, dude. Glad we got to fly on your birthday.
Me too. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. How does it feel to do pattern work at Oshkosh? Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, it is kind of cool. It is pretty cool. Didn't think I'd ever be able to say I did that.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
Here we are. Oh, man.
Oh,
So close.
Cubby,
So close.
Enjoying this video? Here at Angle of Attack, we're a leader in online ground school. You'll get loads of videos to prepare you for the written test and beyond on any device. Just scan the QR code on the screen and it'll take you to angleofattack.com where you can learn more. Thanks for your support, and now back to the video. Cubby got to fly on his birthday. So happy about that. And now perhaps the most deserving of all is Jessica. You guys have seen all the hard work that she's put in.
No. I don't do it.
Why?
I can't imagine how cool it must be for Jessica to see all her hard work pay off. It's not often she's the one that actually gets to fly the plane soon after avionics are installed. The client usually just takes off and leaves.
But auto-zoomed.
Churchill 5629, left midfield downwind runway 9. We'd like to do the option and short approach.
See your
3289, short approach is approved. Clear for the option.
little standard rate turn NPCs up there. Little airplanes on both sides. That's your calculated standard rate turn.
nice.
And of course your trend vector, the little green.
Right.
I'd be happy to shoot 2 and then we could go do some dinner.
Perfect. I'm happy to shoot 2 as well. And then shoot 5 rolls at the restaurant.
Yes.
Stay 590, Pop, you can cross 5013, take off and dust to the tech.
One thing that always gets me, although it's not really a factor right now, is opposite rudder in turns to keep the ball centered.
I know. It feels weird. It feels unnatural.
Alright, he's on short final.
Yep, I see him here on core flight. Then I usually pull it back to like 2000, go carb heat and 1 notch of flaps.
Beam the numbers.
No, right now.
About right now. Keep it on all the way.
Yep. And then that settles in right at 80.
80 miles per hour.
Uh-huh.
2423 uniform, runway 9, you're cleared for the option.
Cleared for the option, runway 9, 2423 uniform.
Yeah, that's probably good there.
There we go, just not having to force it down.
Right. Yeah, look at it, look at this, and start to see it there.
I'm like not even looking at any of
I know.
this.
Well, that's the nice thing, is it doesn't distract you too much. But it's there, you know?
Yep.
It's there when you need it. Once you get settled in, then 70 will be a nice final approach speed, but I would probably be flying this fast right now as well. I've been driving all around here the last week. It's very nice to see it from above. And it seems so much smaller. We could beat a Chick-fil-A in like 30 seconds, you know that, right?
Yep. And you like the runway?
I know. Amazing.
Star 5229, we have that traffic on short final in sight.
53289, roger, runway 9, your short approach is approved, clear for the option. Just be advised, he's not going quite as fast as you in the downwind, so make yourself maybe a little bit further on the upwind.
Okay, roger that, 5229.
Alright, keep it tighter this time, I'm hungry.
I'm keeping it tighter.
Look how smooth those 275s move.
Yep. Great refresh rate.
It's but a good time to turn now. Lest we fly to Appleton.
Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to crab like
2423 uniform, runway 9, you're cleared for the option.
cleared for the option 2423 uniform. This will be full stop.
To the uniform, roger.
Oh man, oh yeah. Beautiful.
To polish off the day of firsts, first run up, first flight alone, first flight with passengers, we've got to take Cubby for his birthday dinner, and we decide to go to sushi. It is a day to celebrate many things. What is this? Wow!
Thank you.
That's awesome.
How old do you know?
I'm 22.
22?
22.
Still sweet day though.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
What the heck?
Special day for you.
How long does that burn?
15 minutes? No.
That is...
Around 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No kidding.
No, it's dying out, I
Birthday
think.
for the 22nd birthday though.
Yeah.
Okay folks, things are moving pretty quickly here today. Today is departure day, at least that's our plan. We are getting some final footage in the cockpit, getting those beauty shots after finishing everything, and I'm going to be doing an IPC today with my instructor. This is the same instructor I use for my flight instructor certificate, and we're going to go up and probably even get some actual IMC maybe, and make sure I'm all up to snuff for the trip home, and that I'm legal as well. John Dorsey, a dear friend, master and Gold Seal instructor, would help me out in this process. So John and I worked together back in 2017 to get my CFI done right here in Oshkosh. He's a mentor that I look up to greatly and model much of my instruction style from his. Mixture, slight prime, brakes, prep, clear, gauge. You know I'll be haunted forever for that, right?
Yes, sir. I don't have it down.
Oshkosh Tower.
Airspeed's alive. Engine's green.
Cover 9386 Papa, Oscar Star, hold short runway 18, awaiting your release.
Hold short 1886 Papa.
Not gonna get much out of this ceiling, huh?
No, not much. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. And we can activate it too if you'd like. Okay.
November 2423 uniform, the practice ILS 36 approach is approved. Maintain VFR separation services will not be provided. Report Pober inbound.
Q3 uniform will report Pober inbound. Approved for the practice approach.
Is this tracking like it's a localizer, or is it automatically reversing it for us? So we should be...
It's probably reversing it for us.
That's what I was going to say, so it's turned it back. So if we look out the back window, where's the runway then?
Yep, it's off to our right.
Okay, cool. I had to have guessed. That's what I would have thought, which is, you know, again, super nice for people that are just learning instruments. They don't have to do that mental gymnastics of...
November 2423 uniform, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
23 uniform, heard you're a famous YouTuber. How would we find you?
Angle of attack on YouTube. Oh my goodness.
All right, thanks.
You bet.
That's the white box out there in front of us is Pober.
The white box, which one?
Yeah, one that's just, well, before I get way crazy, that should be it.
Okay,
anyway.
I see.
Ina is her name.
Cool.
She's one of two couples that are working the tower.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Pober there.
Okay. So we'll just kind of do our own deal and come back and track it in. We're not going to go procedure turn, all that jazz. Okay.
Yeah.
Oshkosh Tower 2423 uniform at Pober.
November 2423 uniform, what's your intentions on the go?
23 uniform, we would like to pick up our IFR on the go and link up with Appleton for the runway 3 approach and the ILS for runway 3 in Appleton.
2423 uniform, roger, sir. And I do have opposite direction of traffic at this time, 10 miles north for the back course 1, or for the 18 approach.
Tell her we'd like to break off and go to the east.
And once we get the, once we break you off, then we'll get your IFR going.
Sounds good. We'll break off now, 23 uniform, and we'll come back for another try.
November 2423 uniform, roger. If that's fine, just report back on, report Pober inbound then.
Pober inbound, 23 uniform.
Okay, so now, it's interesting, we got the no glide slope flag.
Clearly things aren't exactly indicating as they should. Did we tune something in wrong or miss something, didn't press a button? To make sure, we tried again to see if we could get these ILS indications.
So I'm still interested in seeing that glide slope flag.
Right, so maybe we come out here, get everything reset, and see if it'll do it then.
Yeah.
Even just go direct Pober and see if it'll work. Now, are we going to catch the glide slope at Pober if we're this low?
No, we wouldn't, but we still should be getting some kind of a glide slope indication.
Because it would say we're too low.
Yeah, it should still say fly up, right? And that's, I mean, we could go a little higher than 15, but and the crossing for Pober is
2700.
I was going to say it's actually I think the Pober crossing is like 2600. Okay, a little bit lower. So what's our other option there on our?
What?
We currently are showing CDI. Do they have another option like HSI?
GPSL nav. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still showing no glide slope though on our attitude indicator here.
Yeah, that's GPS. That's still incorrect. It should be on the green.
Right.
Kenya 990 Sir Hotel, you can make a left turn on Alpha 3 and contact or on off the runway.
I'm good with just circling to land and making a full stop here and see why we don't get a glide slope. What do you think?
November 2423 uniform, do you want to pick up your IFR clearance at this time? And then on the go, we'll keep you VFR until you're on the go, but give you your clearance now.
23 uniform, we're going to need to do a full stop.
November 23 uniform, roger.
And sure enough, something wasn't quite right. So we scrapped the rest of our flight plan because obviously we weren't going to go and continue if it wasn't working, and we went in for a full stop to diagnose. After landing and doing some troubleshooting and phone calls, we found out the issue and got a new unit on the way. Our new unit showed up overnight, and John and I went up for another validation flight the next day.
There's our glide slope.
And there we have it. All the needles are doing as they're supposed to do, and that bodes well for checking the boxes, all done on what we need for 2-3 uniform.
All right, we're gonna do something fun now. We're gonna taxi the airplane across the airport to go to the famous brown arch in front of the grounds there. It's kind of the central point of AirVenture, and get some pictures of 2-3 uniform. So we're gonna taxi over there quick and get that done.
For those of you that were following along when we were doing this install, at the time, obviously it takes a long time to edit these videos and do things, I had been holding everyone off on social media, not showing them the completed product until now, in front of the brown arch. So I just thought it was the perfect moment to finally just point the camera at the panel and tell everyone about what we had done. So here's the big live show that we did, or at least some parts from it.
Tell me something good.
Hello everybody. How are you doing? This is the best live stream ever. Cubby just laughed at me. Okay, I've been teasing you guys for a long time. Just as a preface here, it's taken a lot of work to get this panel done. We've been working on it for a handful of months now, not only from the design, but all the way to, I don't know, the execution. I've been here in Oshkosh for just over a week, and we've really just been fine-tuning everything and making sure everything's good to go. So that's kind of where we're at on things. It is what it is. Here we go. This is the new 2-3 uniform. So, I wanted the new 2-3 uniform to also be a throwback to the old 2-3 uniform. I wanted to keep a lot of the classic look. It still is very much a VFR airplane as well. I'm going to have VFR students in this thing. And that being said, the avionics here are incredibly powerful. This is a GI 275, and it houses all of the engine information. So you guys will notice the beautiful prominent iPad over here. All of my instruments used to be over there, but now they literally get packed down into this one instrument that has a lot of great information. Yeah, this is the GNX 375. So this is a really interesting unit. Garmin came out with it because of its simplicity, but it has a built-in transponder. However, they omitted, because so many people could use a GPS like this, they omitted the navcom. So what we have here is we have the GNC 255A from Garmin, which has both comms and nav. So I can do ILS from this, I can do VOR, in addition to having the communication radios. Now what's really cool about these newer radios is you can actually see which frequency we're on. It identifies it, which is very, very nice. iPad essentially located. Again, this being a new modern GPS from Garmin, you can send your flight plans back and forth between the iPad and this unit. So say you're at home and you get everything planned and you want to take your iPad to the airplane, pop it on with this really handy dandy pivot mount that we've put on the panel. Then you plop it on here, you basically just send your flight plan to the GPS and it's already there for using it. So that's also great. Loving that workflow in this airplane. I also want to mention these yokes. So some of you may have seen on stories that I was out there kind of shopping around for someone to redo these yokes, which ended up being a really central part to this entire project. Because this entire panel was going to look just absolutely beautiful, I didn't want the old yokes to kind of take away from the aura that was going to emanate, as you can see from this panel. So I reached out to some different people and ended up talking to Oscar at Aviation X Aircraft Interiors in Conroe, Texas. We did a little back and forth. We ended up stripping and painting these yokes here from the original color, and then sent them down to Oscar. Actually had like all the wiring pre-wired for him, and then he wired this with this beautiful hand-stitched leather that actually is it's awesome to the touch. Feels really nice.
It smells good. Smells
like new, and just looks awesome. So really appreciate them, because it kind of just sent this panel over the top. For whatever reason, maybe it's because as pilots, this is our connection to the airplane. Everyone is loving these yokes. So a perfect upgrade for 2-3 uniform. Is this going to be an airline package or the G5000 I punked you guys with on April Fool's? No, this is 2-3 uniform. She's got manual flaps. She's got big old wheels. All right. But man, is she capable now. So I'm just so excited and so blessed to have worked with so many great people on this project, and can't say enough about them and all that they've done. Garmin's done such a great job working with us. I could go down the list. Nimbus made this panel. Oscar at Aviation X Aircraft Interiors. Artex helped us out with an ELT. Pivot helped us out with the case mount, which I absolutely love. PS Engineering, holy crap. Clean audio, if there ever was clean audio. It is amazing. You guys are going to hear that on video soon. And Waylon has been really helpful with lights, which is kind of light outside now, so you can't tell, but we have post lights here for the instruments, and we also have these map lights. Whoop, right here, one on each side. And the list goes on. Okay, I've been teasing everyone for way too long. I just did the Instagram reveal of the whole panel. Of course, you guys have been seeing it because you're seeing it after the fact. But this is it. 2-3 uniforms done. And time to get out of here soon. Tomorrow's my birthday. Feeling very grateful. Man, what a few years it's been. I was here just 4 years ago getting my instructor rating. I've been in education for about 14, 15 years now in aviation, but I was here 4 years ago getting my instructor rating with the instructor that I was flying with today, John. And just to have this airplane here now and to be going through this process full circle is just a really special experience. And yeah, just super grateful for this whole process. And I'm also very much looking forward to what the future brings. Today I was really sloppy on my instrument work when I went up with John. I was all over the place, but I had these little moments where I was doing well, and it got me really excited for getting proficient with instrument again. And just, it's kind of the pinnacle of being a modern day aviator, is being really dialed in with instrument, and this airplane is going to allow me a regular opportunity to do that now. And not only that, but pass that along to others. So I'm super excited to have this airplane now, to use it to train people, to use it to gain my own proficiency, and of course share it with you here on Instagram, YouTube, wherever else. Share it with the world, and try to pass along that knowledge and that information. And that's what I'm about. So it just feels good for me, because I feel like with this, it just helps me live my purpose more. And what the perfect spot to polish this off, have a little bit of extra time here at the end of this journey to pop over here to the Brown Arch, and look forward to seeing a lot of you at AirVenture this year and years to come. Oshkosh is more special to me than just AirVenture. This is a place where a lot of things have happened for me outside of that wonderful event. So, a little long-winded, but very heartfelt. Thanks for being here. Thanks for following along. Now you guys are going to see the next part of this entire process, which is the journey home to Alaska. So thanks for being here for all the build stuff and the test stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to see more content. Make sure to hit the notification bell to stick around. And of course, I hope you guys liked it, so give it a thumbs up as well. Thank you for being here. And until next time, throttle on.